Namaskaram everyone, this is Vishwaksen and welcome to Vaka Talks, where we talk about mental health and emotional well-being. Today I want to take the blessing and permission of Mata Parvati and start a series narrating the story of Parvati Parinayam, also famously known as Girija Kalyanam. I like alliteration, so I'm going to use Parvati Parinayam and extrapolate incidents from it and try to understand the mental health and relationship aspects that we can learn from the story. Any story of Parvati Parinayam or Parvati Devi cannot just start with Parvati Devi, it has to start with Sati Devi. So let's start from Sati Devi. Daksha Prajapati and his wife Prasuti does intense tapas to get Jagannatha as their daughter. And Jagannatha blesses them and she arrives as their daughter by the name Sati. She is also known as Dakshayani after Daksha. As she is growing up, Narada Muni frequently visits their palace and he narrates the stories of Shiva, and Sati, Ma Sati, was very fascinated. She was encaptured. She's Ma Sati, she is Jagannatha, and she is the divine consort of Lord Shiva. And in the form of Ma Sati, the little girl, she was very, very interested in his stories and she fell in love with Shiva. As she grew up, Daksha Prajapati wants to marry her to someone, so he brings various proposals. She rejects all of them, saying that she wants to marry Lord Shiva. Daksha Prajapati was not very happy about this. He does not like Lord Shiva very much, and he prefers if she marries someone who is more extravagant, who's more lavish. Uh, while Shiva was very austere and is always in his meditative stance, and he does not see Shiva as a very active person, and he wants his daughter to marry someone who he approves. But he also knows that she is Jagannatha, and he cannot go against her wishes. So he tells her that okay, you do tapas. If Shiva agrees to marry you, I'm fine with it. This basically, what he does over here is try to future fake her. He basically tries to tell her, hoping that she fails in her tapas, that okay, you do tapas. If he's pleased with you, I will agree for your marriage. So a lot of parents, a lot of spouses, a lot of people, a lot of managers future fake very often. When the child or when the spouse or when the employee, they ask for something, they put in a list of criteria, they put a list of things that they need to achieve before they can be granted what their wish or granted what they asked for. The whole intention of this criteria is for them to fail, so that the blame is actually on them, not on the person who actually set the criteria. They want them to fail so that they don't ask for it. This is classic case of future faking. When a child asks for something and the parents say, well, if you get straight A's throughout this year, I will get it for you, or I will take you to this on this vacation to this Disneyland or wherever whatever the child has asked. Over here, the parent thinks that the child will not be able to achieve that, or they they just postponed it to into the future, so they don't have to deal with it right now. Now the child has a purpose. They are going to study very hard, they are going to achieve it, they will work very hard and get straight A's. And then there is the parent says, well, I know that I said yes, we will do this if you get straight A's, but we cannot do it now, or I cannot take you, or I cannot get it for you. Or worse, they keep moving the target further and further again. Okay, you this was an easy year. Let's see if you get into a good college, or if you get a good SAT scores. You get, so they keep moving the target further and further. So over here, what Daksha actually did was, he thought that Mata Sati will fail in her tapas, and she will come back and she will marry someone that Daksha chooses for her. So this was his intention in telling her to go do tapas to please Lord Shiva. Here he actually is future faking her, because he does not want it, but he's just postponing it. The same way how a parent future fakes a child. When the child actually achieves the criteria, reaches the criteria, and goes back to the parent and asks for what their wish again, and the parent says no, the child sees that all their effort has gone in vain. So they start associating disappointment with their effort. So they will stop working hard in the future. Well, it's like, I worked hard and I reached all these things, and I've reached all the criteria my parent has set, my father or my mother has set, but I don't get what I want anyway. So why put in the effort anymore? So they get into this mindset, thinking that they are not going to get anything anyway, so why put in the effort? What the parent has to do, if they are not happy with, or if they cannot provide the child with what they want, don't put an insurmountable task in front of them. A child with a purpose is stronger than you think. More often than not, they will achieve the rules or the checklist that you have put in front of them. If you do not have the intention of giving them what they want, try to convince them, try to explain to them in a different way. Don't just put an almost impossible task in front of them. This happens quite often in a lot of companies as well. The company puts a very highly skewed metric for promotions or increments, or yeah, or any increments, and they say, well, these are all the things that you need to check off if you need to get a certain grade, maybe grade A or grade B or grade C. Excellent, exceeds expectations, acceptable, needs improvement. So the metric is so skewed that it is almost impossible to reach. And there will be a few people who believe that it is genuine, and reach, check off everything on that list, reach the criteria, and then the manager says, well, we don't have budget to provide you the increment that you deserve, we cannot give you what you deserve. This star performer starts looking for another job when you say that, because their hard work has not been appreciated, they have been future faked, they They see the lies that you are spewing just to get things done, just to exploit them. So when you do not have the intention of fulfilling the promise, you should not put a to-do list, a difficult to-do list, and say, hoping that the child or the employee or anyone fails and the blame is not on you, and you try to shift the blame. Well, you didn't reach the criteria, because that's what you want to say, that's what people want to say. And a lot of people fall victim for this blame shifting and future faking. If you like my content, please hit the like button and share your experiences in the comment section below. And please share my video with your friends who you think would benefit from my content. Thank you. Until we meet again.